The heck? So here at the Queen Mary today, probably top 10 most haunted places in the world. Very excited to spend the night and do some ghost hunting. All right, so check it out. My room on the Queen Mary. It's actually a pretty cool room. I like these windows. The Queen Mary is a legendary ocean liner turned hotel with over 100 reported spirits. It's often considered one of the most haunted locations in the entire world. Most of the haunting tales stem from the ship's tragic past. During its service, numerous deaths occurred, including accidents, illnesses, and even suicides. These unfortunate events are believed to have left behind lingering spirits. Guests have reported hearing disembodied voices, feeling cold drafts, and even seeing apparitions of spirits. A crew member was tragically crushed to death in Shaft Alley, and people claim to hear footsteps and feel a chilling presence in the area. The ship's children pool is said to be haunted by the spirits of young passengers. Visitors have reported hearing children's laughter and seeing ghostly figures playing. Okay, so this is a story about a little girl on board that's seen, and then this photo was taken on one of the tours, and that girl wasn't there. And then down here we have the actual death list with names of people. Without a doubt, this has already been like probably one of the coolest places I've ever been, honestly. So. The Queen Mary was built by the John Brown and Company in Clydebank, Scotland. It was launched in 1934, and its maiden voyage in 1936 sailed from Southampton, England to New York City. This was one of the most luxurious cruise liners at the time and is actually the cousin to the Titanic. This ship was also put into service during World War II and would transfer troops actually all over the world, but most of its voyages were from New York City to Europe, and they would put 15,000 or more troops on this ship at a time to get them overseas. During that time, the ship was painted completely gray, so it was harder to see, and it was given the nickname of the Gray Ghost. After World War II, the ship was then converted back into a luxury liner, and it stayed in operation until 1967. Right there, you're looking at an apparition that was captured on a photo. Around the ship, they have a bunch of these really cool little stories of ghost sightings and other things that you can read along the walls, and just a ton of the history of the Queen Mary. All right, so we just finished dinner. We've been exploring for what feels like forever. The ship is huge, like that's an understatement, but we're gonna start messing around a little bit with some ghost hunting equipment and see if there's anything that we can really get. All right, so I got the thermal camera out right now. It's calibrating, it's not doing anything weird. It's just freaking out. But I wanna see if there's anything. Oh my god. Okay, that's me. I was gonna try to look into the pool. That's totally my reflection on the glass. That just scared me. That's hilarious. So this is what somebody looks like on it, but we're looking for any weird Anything weird going on? All right. So she's got the electromagnetic field detector out. I've got the thermal out. We're just kind of walking around right now out here. Supposed to be able to see somebody around the swimming pool, so that's kind of why I'm hanging out right here. So there is a girl named Jackie who is supposed to have been haunting the swimming pool. And so she's standing there right now with an EMF detector, and I've got the thermal on her, just to see if anything comes up. So Jackie, if you'd like yourself to be known like you did in that the picture that they have on display here, you can go ahead and show yourself. You can either walk up to the lights that she's holding, or you can show yourself as a different temperature on the screen that I'm looking at. Alright, so we just have the EMF detector just hanging out by the door to the swimming pool right now. Jackie, if you'd like to come touch this little green light, you could make it turn all the way to red for us. That would be awesome. Just come interact with us. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh my God, is it going on?
Yeah, it is. And it's been green this whole time. And then I told her that she could come make it red, and then it started going.
Can you do that again?
Jackie, can you make that light go red for us again? All the way to red. You guys are hearing some background noise right now. That's housekeeping, actually. But Jackie, can you make this go all the way to red for us again? That would be really, really helpful and awesome. So I'm just shooting the thermal, walking up and down the hallways right now to see if anything weird pops up on camera. All right, so I'm on the sun deck now. So she took the voice recorder. I think it's a little bit loud, but she took the voice recorder. See if she got anything. I have electromagnetic. The only issue is up here there's a lot of equipment, so I think that it's going to be responding to that because I'm getting all of these crazy little pings. So I might switch back to thermal. We'll see. We will see. So ping it to red if I should go down this hallway. Ooh, it almost wants me to. I think there's a lot of equipment up here getting into that, but yeah, this ship is, regardless of whether I capture any paranormal activity tonight or not, this is definitely going to be one of the coolest places I have ever stayed. You know, not even one of the. This is definitely the coolest place that I've ever stayed. This ship is massive. So it is absolutely crazy. Switch back to thermal. See if I can't get anything going on that. We're all the way up on the sun deck, so 4 stories high. Let's see if we see any random bodies. Okay, so this is the isolation ward where they would take patients that were sick and, you know, literally dying. A lot of people died down here. Keep them away from the rest of the ship. All right, we are gonna run EVP session down here in the isolation ward. Recording right now, so we'll ask a few questions and then play back and see how it goes. I'm gonna put this up here so it's completely still. If there's anybody in, go ahead.
I also just really want
Where Shane Dawson laid. That's pretty cool. All right, so if there's anybody here that would like to communicate, you can come and speak into this microphone and we will hopefully be able to hear you. I do have a few questions for you. One, what was it like to be quarantined on this ship? If you were quarantined on this ship, what was your name? If there's anybody down here at all, even if you weren't quarantined, what was your name? Okay, so naturally, of course, I wasn't filming. We do have the recorder going, but we've been in here for 10 minutes? 10 minutes, something like that. And I was sitting here and I felt like this cold wave come over me. And then we both heard a disembodied voice that I'm really hoping we captured on the digital voice recorder. Other than that, a couple creaks, but it's an old ship, so I'm gonna write that off to that. The scream that we both heard was pretty freaky though, and it like I was filled up with goosebumps after that, so it's interesting. I hope we captured it on the tape recorder. All right, so if there's anybody here that would like to communicate, you can come and speak into this microphone and we will hopefully be able to hear you. I do have a few questions for you. One, what was it like to be quarantined on this ship? If you were quarantined, that's me grabbing the thermal camera. You grabbing that stuff? Or did you hear something different? How old were you when you passed away? I just felt something. Like I had like a cold wave when I said I could not. That's what I was saying we heard. Okay, so this is crazy. We catch like a whistle or something coming up. And right after we caught it on this, right after we reviewed it, that started pinging red. Right there at 8:46. Yeah, right at 8:46, watch. Almost like a whistle. And then we listened to it on this while we were doing the live playback. And then this has been sitting here green the whole time. And it went red and it stayed red when we discovered that we listened to that we heard that.
All right, so we're back in the room.
It's 3 a.m. right now, and we are going to try the Estes method. See how it turns out. I've never done this before. Okay, so right now I'm going to talk a little bit low because she has the spirit box in her ears and some earbuds. And then the Estes method is you have the spirit box in your ears and you're blindfolded, so you're like sensory deprivation. Like all you hear is the static. So we're going to go ahead and ask some questions. 3 a.m. here on the Queen Mary. So is there anybody here that would like to communicate with us? At this point in time, I'd like to go ahead and welcome any spirits that want to be known to go ahead and come forward and speak to us through the device that is on the bed and let us know that you're here. There's a story on this ship of a man who strangled his wife and daughter on one of the rooms. He then killed himself. They didn't want anybody on board to find out, so they took the bodies and they hid them downstairs. If anybody is here from that event, would you like to go ahead and come forward and speak your piece? Speak your mind, let us know why you did it. If you were a victim, let us know how that affected you. Obviously you're dead, but can you tell us your name? So there's also a story about the Queen Mary where during World War II, she would transport prisoners, or not prisoners, she would transport soldiers from the United States over to Europe, and there was a boat that would go in front of her and try to basically, I mean, they were playing chicken in a sense with the enemies. The boat would go back and forth to protect Queen Mary, and they would take, if something were to happen, they would take the strike, I guess, so to say. So they were sitting there waiting to see if they would get hit by a missile or whatever. Their entire goal was to protect the Queen Mary so she could continue moving soldiers across the ocean. And at that time, there was soldiers were just everywhere. They didn't have any of these fancy rooms or anything like that. The ship was painted gray and everything, but there was a boat that was moving in front of the Queen Mary, and the Queen Mary actually collided with it and sunk the ship. There was 350 people on board that ship, and the Queen Mary was not allowed to stop and have a rescue mission. So the story is that all 350 people of that ship actually passed away because the Queen Mary had to leave it behind and continue on with her mission at the time. So one of the stories that says that the Queen Mary is haunted by is those spirits that she left behind in that sense, plus the 49 deaths that have happened on board. Well, there's 49 counted deaths, either 49 or 59. So if any of those spirits would like to go ahead and come forward, you are welcome to come speak to us. So the electromagnetic field detector is going off near her right now. If that's you making the electromagnetic field detector go off, the device that she's using to listen to you is very close to that. All you have to do is speak through that and she can hear you. Can you make yourself known to us? Can you say your name? Wait, can you say our name? One of our names?
Alright, I'm gonna do a test question real quick and make sure that he can't hear me talking. Maybe you wanna go buy a Ouija board real quick? We are gonna get one as soon as we leave here. Okay, he can't hear me. If there's anyone here that would like to communicate, come have a conversation with us, you can do so. There's different objects here that you can pull power from. You can use our energy. If you would like, you can speak through James. Come through him. He will speak for you. Is there anyone here that would like to talk right now? Jackie, I would be asking questions, but you would not be talking to me. You'd be talking through James. If there's anything that you would like to say, you can talk through him. There's also a device with a light that you can press. You can make the lights light up. Just like that, you can do that again. You can make them go all the way to red. Like I said, you can use my energy. Is there anyone here right now?
Okay, so she just got told you. So I'm wondering, what did you tell? Or who did you tell? What did you say? Who did you say told you to?
The one?
The one? You told the one? What did you tell them? So you told the one.
Watch yourself?
Oh my goodness, why would they need to watch themselves? Why would I need to watch myself? Or does
No, I'm not.
Okay, so not me. Does Brandy need to watch herself? Who needs to watch themselves? Okay, so you said told you the one, watch yourself. Who needs to watch themselves? And who did you tell?
Die.
You died, or you told them to die and to watch
He
themselves?
said.
He said. He said die. I told you to watch yourself.
Save us.
Who do you want to save us? Who do you want to save you? Who are we speaking
There
to?
is no chance.
There's no chance. This almost feels like we're listening in on a conversation. It feels like she's hearing a conversation, not so much that I've even had a chance to talk and ask questions on this round. And it's crazy because when I was sitting there,
Something's gonna die.
something's gonna die. It's really weird because when I was sitting there, I didn't get anything. What's gonna die and who's gonna die? See if I can get it to respond to me, because I feel like she was listening to a conversation. What's gonna die? Or who is gonna die? Can you give us a name of like who you told or who's gonna die? Can you give us anything like that?
You liar.
Liar.
Are you tired of people trying to record you? Do you want to just be left alone? Do you not like to talk?
What did you mean when you said make it stop?
I will.
This
Life
electromagnetic
goes
field detector has
something.
been going off actually quite a bit while she has this conversation. It's really interesting because I haven't filmed the whole thing just because I have limited space, but it almost seems like we're having conversations with multiple people or entities are coming through. There's been a couple things that have been interesting, like pool party, forget about it. But I am having a difficult time trying to guide the conversation because it almost seems random.
I won't say.
You won't say what? You won't say when you're having the pool party?
Too old.
You too old to be in the pool party now? Or it's been too long because you died such a long time ago? Is that what you mean? It's crazy. Crazy. Alright, so today we're just in the museum, like exploring the parts of the ship that are closed at night. So you can actually see, like, this is insane.
What the heck is that? A wrench?
Propeller securing nut wrench.
Oh my god, I was joking.
22 new sets of propellers during her career. So that's how these guys get it to lock on there. So this is the propeller itself right there. That is insane. It's funny, I was just gonna ask if you think anybody's ever swam in there. $35 tons. It says I sailed February 19th from New York and arrived in Glasgow February 25th, 1945. We kept a zigzag route and made sleeping on deck a slide from one way of several feet and then back as the boat changed directions. We had our mess hall in a converted swimming pool. It made a fairly smooth trip even though we were 5 high in bunks and 15 men in one stateroom. Stanley S. Walford, 3/15/03. This is the engine room, and he was telling us that this is a backup. So there's 2 backups upstairs, and this is actually the final backup to steer the ship just in case. You got a compass. Oh, that is super neat. It's all the pressure gauges and everything. This is super cool. These are instructions. Steering, man, look at the size of these cylinders. the steering gear electric switchboard. Start, stop, slow, fast. Brandy found this weird little chair. Audrey Hepburn sailed on this ship. Oh wow, they even printed on the ship. This display is Legos, which is insane. You even have the little Elizabeth Taylor in Giant, also starring James Dean. So, picture of the Queen Mary carrying troops for World War II. So this says this is one of the anchors. It's 16 tons, 990 feet of chain, and each chain link weighs 224 pounds. All right, so this is heading down to the actual engine room, which I thought the mechanisms to steer the ship were huge. This is insane. Main engine, second intermediate, pressure ahead turbines. It says this is port and starboard, astern, master valves, maneuvering valves on this side. It says ahead, full, half, slow, critical speed. Main feed water tank. And then this is the level of the turbines. No. Big old wheels. This is insane. These are lube oil pumps. Lube oil pump controllers. One revolution in almost 10 minutes. I don't remember which number it is, but one of these doorways, there's a story of an 18-year-old man that was working on the ship getting crushed by one of these doors, and that's one of the reported deaths on here, and you're reported to see him down here. All right, guys, so that was it for the Queen Mary. Realized I forgot to film an outro, but one more interesting thing happened to us at night, and Brandy felt something sit on the edge of the bed, like right between her feet, and she rolled over and it woke me up, and then we heard a knock from the closet in the room. So that was the only other thing that happened to us. Had some, it was interesting. We definitely got some stuff. That EVP, I'm super excited about. The whistle, my favorite piece of evidence that I've ever caught. But anyway, guys, yeah, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I appreciate the support trying to get this YouTube thing back and up and running. Brandy's channel will be linked down below. Go give her a follow and everything like that. She's trying to get a YouTube video or YouTube channel going. So yeah, go subscribe to her channel. Her video from this will be up here soon probably. And yeah, please show some support, like, subscribe, give me all the love. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.